Alright, Shalom, Yasha Allah. Back with another GMS on the go. I'm Brother Nakam. I'm with the Raleigh, North Carolina camp. Before I go any further, I'd like to give all honor, all glory, and all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakar, Kodash. Next up, double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth according to the Bible and who will well. And a double shalom to all the sincere Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and righteousness and sincerity to the best of your ability. And I'm going to get into a lesson, and the name of this lesson is going to be Death and Destruction unto these false prophets. I'm going to say that again. The name of this lesson is going to be Death and Destruction unto these false prophets. So without further ado, I'm going to dive right into it. This is Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture. And that word woe means death and destruction. So death and destruction unto Reverend Al Sharpton. Death and destruction unto T.D. Jakes. Death and destruction unto Louis Farrakhan. Death and destruction unto Nate from IUIC. Death and destruction unto General Yohana from IUSBK. Death and destruction unto Bubble Eyes from GLCC. Death and destruction unto Comfy. Death and destruction unto any of these other false prophets that I left out, that I did not name. Why? Because you false prophets, you see, you false teachers, you false leaders, y'all are destroying and scattering the sheep of Israel, which consists of so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, you see, from the truth, by telling them lies. You see, things that's not going to profit them anything. You see, saying that the laws of the Bible are done away with. You see, basically saying that you can just lean onto your own understanding. You can just do what you want to do. You see, by saying that color according to the Bible doesn't matter. By saying that Yahweh Shai loves everybody when he doesn't. By saying that salvation is for the whole world when it's not. It's only for Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans. You see, by saying that the Sabbath is from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. You see, and so forth on. The list goes on and on. You see, so death and destruction unto you false prophets, you false teachers, you false leaders who are destroying and scattering the sheep of Israel. Again, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans. So I'm reading that from the top again. This is Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, says Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. Verse 2. Therefore, thus says Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai of Israel, right? Because Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus, who's so-called black man, they're the power of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans. It reads on, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away. Right, so you false prophets, you false teachers, you false leaders, y'all had driven and scattered the flock of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, away from the truth. By what? By feeding them lies. You see? By telling them smooth things, fables. You see? By telling them doctrines of by telling them doctrines of devils. You see? So again, death and destruction. Woe unto you false prophets, you false teachers. It reads on. I'm going to start at verse 2 again. This is Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 2. Therefore, thus says Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Right, and not once have you false prophets came out and said to Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, that they are the chosen people according to the Bible. You see, you haven't came out and told Israel that only salvation is for them. You haven't came out and told Israel that Yahweh Shai only loves them. You see, you haven't came out and told Israel the truth according to the Bible. It reads on, behold, I will visit upon you the evils of your doings, says Yahweh Shema Shai. Right, so because you false prophets, you false teachers, haven't visited Israel as a whole with the truth, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to visit you false prophets. You see? Meaning Yahweh Shema Shai has got a serious judgment waiting for you false prophets. You see, he's about to bring that wrath, that hammer down upon you false prophets from deceiving the sheep, from deceiving Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino Americans. So I'm going to grab my next precept. Alright, this is St. Matthew's chapter 12, verse 30. And this is written in red. This is the word ignorantly calls Jesus speaking, whose real name is Yahushua. So again, this is St. Matthew's chapter 12, verse 30. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. Right, and that's you false prophets. You see, you false teachers, you false leaders. You see, y'all are not with Lord Yahushua. Salakia. Y'all are not with Lord Yahushua. You see, because if you false prophets was with Lord Yahushua, then what would you be doing? You will be gathering the sheep of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino Americans. You see, telling them the truth according to the Bible. Telling them who they really are according to the Bible. You see? But you false prophets are not doing that. And that's how we know that you false prophets are not coming in the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahushua. That's how we know that you false prophets are not with Yahweh Yahushua. Because what? Y'all are scattering abroad. You see? Y'all are scattering the sheep of Israel abroad. You see? By what? By telling them a whole bunch of bullshit lies. Excuse my French, Israel. Again, by telling them fables. You see, by telling them doctrines of devils. By telling Israel things that's not going to profit them anything. You see? So you false prophets, y'all are not coming in the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahushua. You see, y'all are not with Lord, y'all are not with Yahweh Yahushua. Y'all are against them. So again, death and destruction. Woe unto you false prophets, you false teachers, you false leaders. So I'm going to grab another precept again. This is Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. Right. And again, that's you false prophets. You see? Because y'all not speaking according to this word, to the law and to the testimony. You see? And that's how we know that there is no light, meaning no truth in you false prophets, you false teachers, you false leaders. You see? Because y'all are leaning onto your own understanding. Y'all are leaning onto what y'all think is right. You see? Y'all not coming, thus said the Lord, thus said the Holy Bible. That's why you false prophets,